Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I finally saw Venom Let There Be Carnage. Unfortunately, in the UK the film came out 2 weeks after the US release, so I am sure a lot of you have already seen it. So let's get straight into this spoiler review. Now, I loved the first Venom film, and so I was very excited when I heard they were doing a sequel. However, I'm afraid to say I was very disappointed with this movie, and it has everything to do with the story. In all honesty, I was very bored, and they did not use the 1 hour 30 minutes runtime very well at all. A lot of it was focused on the struggles between Venom and Eddie, mainly for comedic purposes, which did work at the beginning, but it kept going on and on and on, and I was becoming frustrated with how long they focused on comedic scenes between the two. The story was all over the place, and by the end I couldn't really work out what the point of this movie was. If it wasn't for the end credit scene, which I will get into in a minute, then this film would have felt entirely pointless. At the end of the first film, we saw Venom and Eddie getting along finally, and becoming good friends. Then in this film, they go back to having struggles, and then by the end, they're good friends again. Now that can work if the story is good, but unfortunately, it wasn't. For such a big character like Carnage, I was hoping to have them fully utilise him, but they really didn't. I didn't care for the villains at all, and their deaths were extremely disappointing. I was hoping to see a fight scene even better than what they did in the first film, but it was so much worse. The fight between Carnage and Venom was just them jumping around and pushing each other into walls. It was nothing special, and actually quite forgettable. There isn't even much to say about the score, because I could barely hear a theme. Just overall, a really disappointing movie. I loved the first film, so to see this one be the polar opposite is actually quite confusing. The story felt rushed, as if they had all these ideas, but never really wrote how they connected or flowed. So you are left with a 1 hour 30 minute film that doesn't really go anywhere. I remember multiple times looking at my watch to see how long was left. And you always know a film hasn't got you gripped when you start thinking about what scenes you have not seen from the trailers yet. And I was doing that from around the 40-minute mark. It feels like when they were writing this film, they thought, right, we need Venom to fight Carnage and we need to develop a relationship between Eddie and Cassidy before they fight. And that was it. They just filled in the gaps with comedy. But I did think the relationship between Eddie and Cassidy was good, and probably one of the strongest parts of the film. I also thought the CGI was incredible, which is one of the only good things that carried on into the Venom sequel. I really don't want to sound harsh or too critical, but when comparing this film to the first film and to other superhero films in general, this really is one of the weakest. The highlight of the movie was obviously the end credit scene, where Venom gets teleported to the main MCU timeline, and we see Tom Holland's Spider-Man on the TV. So this means that Venom is officially in the MCU. Which I'm very happy about, because not only does that mean that they are setting up a Spider-Man vs. Venom movie, but that means Venom is now in the MCU's hands. So I am hoping that means they can create a much better story than what we saw in Venom Let There Be Carnage. Overall, I would give this movie a 4.5 out of 10, and there isn't much more I can say about it. So make sure to let me know what you thought of Venom Let There Be Carnage in the comments below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. I hope to see you here again soon, so until then, have a great day. Bye!